The country, England, is located in Western Europe, with the capital city of London. England borders two other countries, Wales and Scotland, and is very close to Ireland and France. This country has a very diverse topography. Along the coast, it is very mountainy, whereas the mainland is very flat.
The population of England is around 64 million people and the median age is 40 years old. The population growth rate of this powerful country is 0.54% and is predominantly white. 87% of the population is white, with blacks representing 3% and Indians at 2.3%. 60% of the nation is Christian and 4.4% being Muslim. The most common language is English.
The British celebrate many of the same holidays that we have here in Canada, but there are a few that are exclusive to England. Some examples are Shrove Tuesday, also known as Pancake Day. This takes place the day before Ash Wednesday, where people make and eat a lot of pancakes and crepes.
Hi everyone, I'm Gina. Pancake Day, or Shrove Tuesday to give it its proper name, is a Tuesday 7 weeks before Easter. It is the last day before a period of abstinence, Lent, starts. In this lesson, you're going to learn about why it is commonly known as Pancake Day and why it is a special day in Britain. The traditional meaning of Shrove Tuesday comes from it being the day before Lent begins. It was the last chance for people to eat whatever they chose before they began to fast, and was an opportunity for them to eat whatever was left in their pantry or kitchen. We eat pancakes on Shrove Tuesday because they are easy to make and can be filled with any topping. British pancakes are made from thin batter, only a few millimeters thick, that are cooked in a frying pan. Brave chefs will flip their pancakes to ensure they're cooked on both sides, but others will use a spatula. Popular toppings include plain lemon and sugar, and sweeter things such as chocolate and fruit. As well as cooking pancakes, there are many games and activities that are held in Britain. The most popular are pancake races. In these races, competitors run a short track, maybe only 100 meters or so, while flipping a pancake in their frying pan. If you drop the pancake, you have to stop and pick it up. The winner is whoever completes the race first with their pancake still intact. There is a famous race held in Oni. Participants must be housewives and wear an apron. The winner is the first to complete a 375-meter course, give their pancake to the church bell ringer, and receive a kiss.
Another one is Trooping the Colours. This is a royal tradition to celebrate the Queen's birthday in June.
Attitudes and values form the basis of any culture. They reflect the ways people think and behave, and the knowledge of attitudes and values can be significant importance if you wish to communicate with your counterparts effectively. Punctuality is very important in Britain. The British value timekeeping for business arrangements. If you set up a time for a meeting, you should be there early or exactly on time. The British are very time conscious and feel like their lives are rushed. They try their best to avoid losing time and think it is very rude to be late to a scheduled meeting. Gift giving is another part of the business etiquette in England. Some organizations are encouraged not to accept any form of gift on business grounds, as it may be considered a form of bribery. But you also will need to make sure it isn't inexpensive that it may be considered an insult. Classical conservative attire is the norm for both men and women in British culture, and dark colors such as black, dark blue, and charcoal grey are predominant. It is common for women to wear trousers or skirts, but denim is not accepted in offices and overdressing is recommended while attending formal events, as it is better to overdress than underdress. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland was once the largest economy in the world. It was the birthplace of modern democracy, the Industrial Revolution, and many of the financial and capital markets that have built the capitalist economic system. In the 19th century, the British Empire covered 1/4 of the world's surface. It also created one of the first mercantile systems that transported people, resources, and capital, generating profits for the empire and its key companies such as the East India Company, which is one of the most successful concession companies. The empire was created from the competition between European powers and the development of science and technology. In the early part of the 20th century, these two forces combined led to World War I and World War II. UK has not been as powerful as they once were because of the United States firmly establishing itself and becoming the leading economic power of the world. Britain's influence has been on a steady decline as other powers overtake it economically.
England's political structure comprises of a constitutional monarchy and a parliament. The ruler is currently Queen Elizabeth II, who has been in power since 1952. England last had a government in 1707. However, in that year, the Acts of Union joined England and Scotland to form the Kingdom of Great Britain. Since then, England has been ruled directly by the Parliament. The House of Commons is the lower house of the British Parliament. This is situated in the Palace of Westminster. The House of Commons comprises of 532 members of Parliament for constituencies in England. The Parliament is run by the Prime Minister. There are a number of political parties in England, ranging from small minorities focused on one major issue to large majority-led parties. Some parties include the English Democrats Party, the Independence Party, the Conservative Party, and many more.
The United Kingdom is a parliamentary democracy. Government is voted into power by the people to act in their interests. The UK is also a constitutional monarchy, although Queen Elizabeth II has limited powers and is politically impartial. Parliament itself is divided into two houses, the House of Commons and the House of Lords. Both make laws, scrutinise government and debate current issues. The two-chamber system is designed to act as a check and balance for both houses. The countdown to a British general election starts with the Prime Minister paying a ceremonial visit to the Queen to formalise the dissolution of Parliament. This used to be a constitutional necessity, but is now purely a courtesy call following the introduction of fixed-term parliaments in 2011. A political party that wins an overall majority in the House of Commons with 326 seats or more at a general election forms the new government, and its leader becomes Prime Minister. If there's no clear winner, one of the two biggest parties, the Conservatives or Labour, could make a formal deal with a smaller party or parties, such as the Liberal Democrats or the Eurosceptic UKIP party.
The term infrastructure refers to the basic systems in a community or country that are in place to maintain order and acceptable quality of life. These include things such as transportation, utilities, sewage, and so on. The more developed the country is, the better the infrastructure. In England, the Department for Transportation is responsible for the entire country's transportation issues and development. If you live or work in England, you make extensive use of its public transport systems. Buses transport millions of people each day, and the rail transport system dates back to 1825. England is well known for its largest and busiest airport named London Heathrow. This airport has the most international passenger traffic than any other airport in the world. The NHS, or National Health System, provides most of the healthcare in England and is funded by the public. The healthcare system, which dates back to 1948, provides most medical services at no charge, but areas like dental care, eye tests, and others have some sort of charge. A country cannot progress or develop without a good infrastructure, as this determines the accessibility and the quality of life. Therefore, England's world-class infrastructure displays its prominence in the global arena.
The Hong Kong and Shanghai Bank was founded by Sir Thomas Sutherland in then the British colony of Hong Kong in 1865. Now, HSBC is one of England's most notable companies. HSBC is a British multinational banking and financial services company headquartered in London, England. It is the world's fourth largest bank in terms of assets. Britain's economy is dependent on HSBC, and without them, 48,000 people would be out of jobs.
London City Airport is just 3 miles away, and it's less than 15 minutes by public transport. They offer 32 destinations in Europe, as well as business and first-class flights to New York's JFK, and they also facilitate private jets. London's major international airports, Heathrow, Gatwick and Stansted, are less than an hour away by rail. Already served by the Docklands Light Railway, National Rail's Thameslink and the London Underground's Jubilee Line. Together, these transport links help whisk commuters in and out of the city, around the UK and across the world with ease. But that's not all. With London's new high-speed rail network Crossrail, due to be completed by 2018, travellers will enjoy a direct connection between all of London's main employment centres. The largest infrastructure project in Europe, the £17 billion railroad will serve 40 stations, carry 200 million passengers a year, and will cut journey times across the city in half. Canary Wharf to Heathrow Airport will take 39 minutes, and Tottenham Court Road in the centre of London will be just 11 minutes. Significantly, the new rail network has already increased property values in some areas along its route by as much as 40%.
London is the world's most visited city with a rich history, lots of sightseeing locations, and culture and religion diversity. This island country is surrounded by a sea which varies the climate. The weather is very inconsistent and can go from a day full of sun to a day full of showers and thunder. This country has warm summers and cool winters, normally known as a temperate maritime. The weather usually stays above 0 degrees Celsius and below 32 degrees Celsius. A very important fact to know when visiting England is that July is the warmest and February is the coolest month. Based on recent years of data, the best months to visit England would be May, June, September, and October. Being located near the Atlantic Ocean and having a northern latitude are the biggest factors that control the weather. And some popular places to visit are Stonehenge, Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, and the Wembley Stadium, and there are many more.
Some famous sports in England are rugby, cricket, and possibly the world's most favorite sport, football, also known as soccer. Soccer brings in thousands of tourists and millions of dollars every year, benefiting the country in many aspects. Home of the largest clubs in the world and the most devoted supporters and world-class players. Some clubs being Manchester United, Manchester City, Arsenal, and Chelsea, and some legendary footballers, David Beckham and Wayne Rooney. David Beckham was born in London, England in 1975. He showed promise as a footballer at a very early age. His talent soon caught the attention of Manchester United. He was a splendid player for United, Real Madrid, LA Galaxy, Paris Saint-Germain, and the captain of England's national team. He is now a retired footballer with a beautiful wife and 4 children, and has his own line of clothing for Adidas and H&M.
Are finding out of Old Trafford. Foul on Sheringham, free kick. Will Beckham have another attempt to goal? We've played 2.5 minutes of stoppage time. England trail by 2-1. Beckham could raise the roof here with a goal. I don't believe it. David Beckham scores the goal to take England all the way to the World Cup finals. Give that man a knighthood.
Some other famous people from the country of England is the dreaded writer of To All High School Students, William Shakespeare, as well as the YouTube famous KSI. KSI is a 22-year-old who posts videos of himself commentating over games of FIFA and uploads them to YouTube. His real name, Olajide Olatunji, also known as KSI, is an internet icon with over 11 million subscribers on YouTube and over 2 billion total views. Not only does he play video games, but he does social experiments and releases mixtapes. His current net worth is $3 million, which has come solely from YouTube.
Yo, your boy Siddhartha Celebrity. I am here with Callums and Calfreezy, and today we are doing the Try Not to Laugh Challenge. So pretty much I saw this idea from Joe Sugg and Ready at One, so I thought I'd put my own spin on it. So Headshot. What? Well, pretty much we're dealing with water, as you can see, and went up my nose. So pretty much we're gonna put water in our mouths and try not to laugh. And if we do, obviously, we will spray on the opposite person.
So Calfreezy selected a number of audio clips, and we're gonna try our best not to laugh. Let's see how it goes. I breathe it in.